Welcome to Eerie Shadows, the chilling haven where nightmares become reality. Step into the realm where darkness prevails and terror lurks at every corner. Brace yourself for a bone-chilling journey through the realms of the unknown as we unearth spine-tingling tales and chilling tapes that will send shivers down your spine. But before we delve into this terrifying realm, make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any single bone-chilling episode of horror, suspense, and the unknown. But remember, once you enter the world of Eerie Shadows, there's no coming back. So, let's get started. It was New Year's Eve of 2016, and the excitement in the air was palpable as my girlfriend and I prepared to host a lavish party in our luxurious penthouse. We had meticulously planned every detail, from the decorations to the exquisite menu, ensuring that our guests would have an unforgettable night. Little did we know that this New Year's Eve would be one we would never forget, but for all the wrong reasons. As the evening approached, we were busy transforming our penthouse into a festive wonderland. The party was meant to be a gathering of friends, and we invited around 30 people, encouraging them to bring their own friends as well. We wanted to create an atmosphere of celebration and joy, where everyone could mingle and enjoy the company of new acquaintances. However, as we were setting things up, we couldn't help but notice a peculiar occurrence. Items would mysteriously vanish, only to reappear in the exact same spot a few minutes later. It started with minor things, like the TV remote or my purse, but soon escalated to more significant objects. At first, we brushed it off as our own absent-mindedness, assuming we were misplacing things in the midst of the chaos. But the strange happenings persisted, leaving us perplexed and slightly unnerved. Determined to get to the bottom of this mystery, I decided to take matters into my own hands. Knowing that the party would be a bustling affair, I strategically placed surveillance cameras in rooms that held our most valuable possessions. This way, I hoped to catch any suspicious activity and put an end to the strange disappearances. As the night progressed and our guests started to arrive, the energy in the penthouse soared. Laughter, music, and the clinking of glasses filled the air as people mingled and reveled in the festive ambience. My girlfriend and I made sure to greet each guest, ensuring everyone felt welcome and comfortable. Amidst the lively atmosphere, I couldn't help but notice a figure in the corner of my eye. A tall person, donned in a black trench coat, stood facing the wall opposite the TV, seemingly occupied with something. Curiosity piqued, I made a mental note to inquire about this mysterious individual, but before I could do so, the countdown to midnight began. The anticipation built up, and as the clock struck midnight, the room erupted in cheers and applause. We welcomed the new year with open arms, toasting to new beginnings and bidding farewell to the past year's memories. It was a moment of pure joy and unity, shared amongst friends and loved ones. Yet, as the euphoria subsided and reality set in, my girlfriend and I were hit with a devastating realization. Our celebration had been marred by an act of betrayal and theft. In the aftermath of the festivities, we discovered that her bag, containing cherished belongings, and one of my prized watches were missing. Fear and concern coursed through our veins as we hurriedly made our way to the surveillance footage. Heart pounding, we watched the recordings, desperately hoping for some answers. And there it was, a shocking revelation. The intruder, caught on camera, was none other than Jake, a friend of a friend who had attended the party. Enraged and betrayed, I wasted no time in sharing the incriminating footage with Tom, the mutual friend who had introduced us to Jake. To our astonishment, Tom professed complete ignorance about this mysterious intruder. Panic seized us, and we frantically reached out to our friends, hoping someone would recognize Jake and provide us with some insight. But to our dismay, no one had any recollection of him being at the party. As we continued watching the surveillance footage, our shock escalated to sheer horror. We witnessed Jake callously discarding our stolen belongings out the window before making his daring escape. The realization that he had been lurking beneath our bed, hiding in the shadows, sent shivers down our spines. Fueled by a surge of adrenaline, my girlfriend and I made a swift decision. We couldn't risk a confrontation with the intruder, not knowing what he was capable of. With hearts racing, we fled the room, leaving behind our cherished possessions. Our safety became the priority, and we wasted no time in contacting the police, providing them with the damning video evidence. Within moments, the police arrived at our penthouse, their presence a comforting reassurance amidst the chaos. However, their search for Jake proved fruitless. Like a phantom, he had vanished, leaving no trace behind. Our local law enforcement undertook a thorough investigation, but despite their efforts, Jake remained at large, his identity and motives shrouded in mystery. As we attempted to regain a sense of normalcy in the aftermath of that harrowing night, a lingering unease settled within us. The violation of our sanctuary and the brazenness of the intruder left an indelible mark on our lives. We questioned our trust in others, forever changed by the experience. New Year's Eve of 2016 was meant to be a time of joy, hope, and new beginnings. Instead, it became an unforgettable night of betrayal and fear. The incident served as a stark reminder that even in moments of celebration, darkness can creep in unexpectedly, reminding us of the fragility of our security and the importance of remaining vigilant. In the years that followed, my girlfriend and I took extra precautions to safeguard our home and possessions. We installed state-of-the-art security systems, reinforced our windows and doors, and became more discerning about the company we kept. The incident had left us scarred, but it also instilled in us a sense of resilience and determination to protect what was ours. As time passed, the wounds from that New Year's Eve gradually healed, and we regained a semblance of normalcy in our lives. Nevertheless, the memory of the intruder and the unanswered questions continued to haunt us. Who was Jake, and why did he target us? What was his connection to our mutual friend, Tom? The absence of answers left a void, a lingering curiosity that never quite dissipated. While the incident had cast a shadow over that particular New Year's Eve, it also brought about a renewed appreciation for the importance of trust, community, and the resilience of the human spirit. We found solace in the unwavering support of our friends who rallied around us during those challenging times. Their compassion and understanding served as a beacon of light, reminding us that even in the face of darkness, we were not alone. In the years that followed, we continued to host New Year's Eve parties, albeit on a smaller scale. The wounds may have healed, but the caution remained. Our gatherings became more intimate, with a select group of trusted friends and loved ones, ensuring that the bonds of trust were fortified. As we entered each new year, we made a conscious effort to embrace the spirit of new beginnings and leave the past behind. The incident of that fateful New Year's Eve became a chapter in our lives, a story of resilience, and a reminder to cherish the moments of joy and celebration. Now, as the calendar turned to 2024, we looked forward to the future with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. The scars from the past would always be a part of us, serving as a reminder of the darkness that exists alongside the light. But we were determined not to let fear dictate our lives. We would continue to celebrate, to gather with loved ones, and to welcome each new year with open hearts, hoping that the lessons learned from that unforgettable night would guide us towards a brighter and safer future. In the late days of 2008, an unexpected storm disrupted the tranquility of my family. One night, I found my mother sitting alone in the kitchen, drowning in tears. The revelation that my father had abruptly left her, without any prior signs of trouble, left us all in shock. In an attempt to escape the painful reminders of the holiday season, my mom and little sister sought refuge in Mexico, leaving me alone for Christmas and New Year's. Determined to ward off the loneliness, I decided to host a New Year's Eve get-together at our home. The night started with laughter, music, and camaraderie among close friends, but as the hours passed, the festivities spiraled into chaos. Amidst the revelry, a dramatic confrontation unfolded between my friend, Jake, and his girlfriend, Sarah. Their argument, fueled by suspicions and teenage drama, added a layer of tension to the night. As the clock ticked toward midnight, the atmosphere grew increasingly tumultuous. The weight of the year's unexpected events bore down on all of us. Yet, in the midst of the chaos, the most harrowing moment was yet to come. In the later hours, the remnants of the party discovered someone locked in the bathroom, retching violently. Rushing to the scene, we feared the worst. Breaking down the door, we were met with a sight that sent shivers down our spines. Jake lay on the bathroom floor, a bottle of bleach by his side, pink vomit staining the room. The corrosive effects of the bleach had taken a toll, causing him to vomit blood. Swiftly, we called for an ambulance, and Jake's life was spared through stomach pumping. However, the physical and emotional scars ran deep. Months of recovery followed, marked by struggles with eating, drinking, and breathing. It was a long and arduous journey for Jake to regain his health and find a sense of normalcy in his life. In the aftermath of that horrific night, our group of friends rallied around Jake, offering support, understanding, and encouragement. We became a tight-knit community, bound together by the shared experience of witnessing the fragility of life firsthand. We learned the importance of reaching out to one another during times of crisis, offering a listening ear and a helping hand to those in need. As the years passed, the wounds slowly healed, but the memories of that fateful New Year's Eve remained etched in our minds. The incident served as a turning point for all of us, a stark reminder of the consequences of impulsive actions and the importance of mental health. We became advocates for spreading awareness about the struggles people face and the importance of seeking help when needed. 12 years have passed, and life has taken us on different paths. Jake, once a troubled teenager, has transformed into a resilient and compassionate individual. He has dedicated his life to helping others, using his own experience as a source of strength and inspiration. His journey serves as a testament to the power of resilience and the capacity for personal growth. Looking back, that New Year's Eve stands as a defining moment in my life. It taught me to appreciate the fragility of life and the value of genuine connections. It reminded me that amidst the chaos and unpredictability of life, it is the support and love we offer to one another that truly matters. And as I raise my glass to toast another year, I carry the lessons learned from that night, forever grateful for the resilience of the human spirit and the bonds that hold us together. Most years, I spend New Year's Eve in the quiet comfort of my home, watching Netflix, while my family reveled in parties and celebrations. Not being much of a party person, the lack of invitations never bothered me. However, this year was different. I received an invite to a small get-together from my friend, Mark. Mark assured me it would be a low-key affair with just a few people, so I decided to give it a shot. Arriving at Mark's house around 7 p.m., I quickly realized that our definitions of small get-together were worlds apart. The gathering had already swelled to at least 25 people, and new arrivals continued to flood in every few minutes. The house was bursting with energy, music blared from the speakers, and laughter filled the air. Despite not being a social butterfly, I surprisingly had a great time at the party. I engaged in conversations with old and new acquaintances, shared stories, and even found myself on the dance floor, letting loose and enjoying the moment. The lively atmosphere Mark had orchestrated was infectious, and I found myself swept up in the merriment. As the night wore on, the countdown to midnight grew near. The excitement in the room reached a crescendo, and everyone gathered in the living room eagerly anticipating the arrival of the new year. The clock struck 12, and amidst cheers and hugs, fireworks burst into the night sky, illuminating the darkness with brilliant colors. Exhausted and ready to head home, I left while the party was still going strong. The streets were quiet, and a gentle snowfall added a touch of magic to the scene. As I walked to my car, a sense of contentment washed over me. It had been an unexpected and memorable evening, one that I would cherish for years to come. Upon arriving home, I found the house empty, not an unusual sight when my family partied into the early hours. However, as I ascended the stairs, I heard a door close upstairs. Calling out to my family yielded no response, and a sense of unease settled over me. The silence felt heavy, and I couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. Slowly ascending the stairs, I noticed all the doors were shut. Unable to determine which one had closed, I called out again, receiving no reply. A growing sense of foreboding urged me to leave the house. The thought of intruders or an unforeseen danger sent a shiver down my spine. Sitting in my car outside, I glanced up at the second-floor window facing the street. In the darkness, I discerned a figure standing there, facing the road. Alarmed, I called my dad, who reassured me that they'd be home in 5 minutes. The minutes felt like an eternity as I anxiously waited for their arrival, my eyes never leaving the figure at the window. Upon their return, we combed through the house, searching for any signs of an intruder. The mysterious person seemed to have slipped away through the back door before my family's arrival. The entry point, motives, and identity remained unclear. We called the police, who conducted a thorough investigation but were unable to find any concrete evidence. Grateful that I heeded my gut feeling, I shuddered at the thought of what might have transpired had I not trusted my instincts that night, potentially saving myself from an unknown threat. The incident left me with a heightened awareness of personal safety and reinforced the importance of listening to that inner voice of caution. In the aftermath, my family and I took steps to bolster our home security, installing surveillance cameras, reinforcing locks, and implementing a neighborhood watch program. We also shared our experience with our friends and neighbors, urging them to remain vigilant and report any suspicious activities. That New Year's Eve served as a stark reminder that even in moments of celebration and joy, we must remain aware of our surroundings and prioritize our safety. It taught me the value of trust and intuition, and the importance of taking proactive measures to protect ourselves and our loved ones. As the years passed, I carried those lessons with me, letting them guide me in making informed decisions and staying vigilant in an unpredictable world.